Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Adventures in Wonderland. This is a live-action comedy series for kids from 1992. Whenever I saw this listed, when I looked for anything with the word adventure in it, I had to look it up. This would come up, and I've never seen it before. Yeah, I was just not. It was just not the kind of thing. I wasn't a kid in 1992, so it's not something I would have watched on the Disney Channel in the 90s. I was technically a grown-up. So, but nothing, not against anybody who watched it growing up. Hey, that's hopefully you were the age-appropriate era, I guess. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. This is from 1992. It looked like it was from the 80s, but yeah, it does have some vestiges of it. It is very 1992, let's just say that. It is 99 episodes. Why 99? Maybe there was more, and they took out the one with O.J. Simpson. Yes, O.J. Simpson appears in one episode, not the pilot. I only watched the first episode. I got the point. I got the idea behind it. But I was looking at the credits, who's in this, and O.J. Simpson shows up in this. I don't know if that episode is on Disney Plus or not because of O.J. Simpson. But yeah, it's got quite a stacked deck of guest appearances. I'll get to that in a moment. But Elizabeth Hanois, I hope I said that right. I imagine the OIS is very French and would be silent, or owa. I don't know. She plays Alice, and she's like, I don't know, 10 or something like that. And from the very beginning, there's no like, I'm going to fall into another world and be introduced to all these characters. No, it's already established. The moment that she runs into a little bit of trouble at home, she tries to do some homework, and she can't come up with a story to write. She just steps through the mirror, and I'm like, well, we cut out the whole introduction thing. I guess we all know that Alice has a relationship with all these characters, and so she just steps through the looking glass and done. She's in another world, and she seeks help from all the familiar characters that we would know from the Alice in Wonderland story. Now, this is, other than looking very 90s in the 4:3 aspect ratio and looking like it was shot on video, which it probably was, it's some of it's survived. That it probably looks better than it probably should for being its age. It's only 32 years old. That's not too old, but it's meant to be silly. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be for kids. So what else would you want to make for kids? Thankfully, there is not a laugh track. Thankfully, it doesn't sound like it was shot in front of a studio audience, because there's a lot of effects in this. There's a Cheshire Cat is literally a green screen puppet, a puppet that was shot on a green screen communicating with other characters, and there's lots of music. Everybody has a musical, like a 1 or 2 minute song in this. After you first meet them, they get a song. And so there's a lot of music. It's very upbeat. It's very friendly. Even the Red Queen. When I say the Red Queen, why can't I say? Yes, the Red Queen. I don't know why I thought it was something different. But even the Red Queen is kind of friendly. She's full of herself. She's wealthy, and it's all about her. A little narcissistic, but she's friendly with Alice. Everybody is. So she goes from friend to friend to friend, trying to get some help writing her story, and in some cases bartering, doing the job of the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, grocery shopping, in exchange for them to help her with her story. And eventually gets passed around to everybody, and we get an introduction to each of these characters, the version of these characters in this series, this live-action series. So yeah, we get the Mad Hatter, the White Rabbit, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the March Hare, who, by the way, looks like John Oliver found his way into Sarah Sherman's closet from Saturday Night Live. I don't know. It's just my observation. If you don't know who either of those people are, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll just just, you can look up John Oliver and Sarah Sherman. So, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we get the Cheshire Cat. We get the what can I say is the name, the Caterpillar. So yeah, everybody's there, and it's for the first episode, the pilot. It's all the main cast. So I imagine this gets pared down a little bit. Some stories focus on one character or another, more so going forward, and yeah, but then eventually because it's so musical in nature, you get a lot of guest stars. You know, of course, like O.J. Simpson. If you're going to have a musical, you're going to have O.J. Simpson in it, right? Yeah. But not just him, but Willie Nelson. Yeah, Willie Nelson appears in this. Terry Garr, Pat Sajak. I don't. But Marlee Matlin. Let's see. Yeah, O.J. Simpson. Ed McMahon, Gilbert Gottfried. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot. Well, hey, you know what? Edie McClurg and Stuart Pankin, who have been everywhere. They're just, once you see them, you'll recognize them. They were staples of 70s, 80s, 90s era television and movies. It's pretty freaking awesome that they are included as well. So yeah, if you grew up with this might give you flashback seizures out of it. I have no idea. I get the impression this has a pretty strong following. The kids who watch this, as growing up, I imagine you could have some pretty good memories of this. I don't know. Like I said, I had never watched it before. It didn't turn me off. It didn't make me go, oh, this is too cheesy. It's the right amount of cheesy. Yeah, no, absolutely, it's cheesy. You know it. But it could have been so much cheesier in a bad way. Because, again, no laugh track, no studio audience. But it was filmed in the studio in Lake Buena Vista in Florida. So, not in Burbank or anywhere else. But yeah, they have a bunch of studios. They've had a bunch of studios down in Florida for a long time. And yeah, they shot it all down there. Sweaty and everything. But yeah, it's just, the sets are whimsical, and they're just looks like the place that as kids you could let yourself slip into with your imagination and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go run into my mirror and put myself in another world and interact with these silly characters and laugh and sing and solve a problem. That's one of the strange things about this. I found that while there's a propensity to make these stories about learning a lesson, there wasn't a moment at the end where, okay, well, what should you have done, Allison? Well, I guess I should have done my work myself. Actually, that kind of lesson comes in earlier, but you see the fallout of what she chose to do instead, even though it was completely out of her power, and she was doing somebody else a favor in exchange for them helping her out. Still, it works out. It worked out that she learned her lesson, but you weren't bashed over the head with it. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if all the future episodes do that at all, but yeah, it's something to check out. I almost want to find the O.J. Simpson episode just to see how that goes. But yeah, no, I think I'm going to move on to tomorrow's thing now. Yeah, this is the adult I am. Other than morbid curiosity, I can't imagine watching it myself now, having no history with it. But those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know why it's special, why it's special to you. So yeah, don't hesitate. Don't let anybody tell you you're weird for liking things, especially if it's from your childhood. Nostalgia yourself all you want, as long as it doesn't take you too far from reality. That's my advice, the guy who loves Star Wars way too much. 35 is the next one. Okay. Well, this is a movie I've seen also. I've not seen before, but it's showed up here when I was searching for it. I was like, what is this? It seems strangely out of place on Disney Plus. It seems to have no actual Disney connections, other than the fact that Disney loves to have internationally based movies and TV shows and other things like that. So this is a movie that has a part one, and I don't know if there's going to be a part two, or if it's ever going to make it to Disney Plus. I have no idea, but hopefully I'm going to say this right. Brahmastra, part one, Shiva. Yeah, so I think it's out of India. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but this should be interesting. It strikes me as a superhero type of thing, like an Indian superhero thing. But is it Bollywood? I don't know. Should we expect that? I don't want to seem like that's like requirement. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll find out when we watch it tomorrow. Brahmastra, part one, Shiva, on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.